Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. The Honorable the Head of English Department, Mr. Widianto, MPD PhD. The Honorable the Lecturer of English Department, and my beloved friends. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Retno Ida Boningsih. I'd like to extend my sincere gratitude to the organizing committee who has given me this opportunity to deliver a speech on the topic Act Now to Defend Our Women's Rights in the Shadow Pandemic on this International Women's Day 2020. I have divided my speech into 3 points. Firstly, I'd like to talk about women violence during pandemic. My second point, I deal with the question of why we must eliminate violence against women. And the last point, I shall address the ways we can help to end violence against women. Ladies and gentlemen, let me start by asking you the following question. How women stand at the front line of the COVID-19 crisis? Now let me speak about this in more details. 1 in 3 women experience violence during their lifetime. And in countries affected by conflict, women are 50% more likely to experience domestic violence. Since the outbreak of COVID-19, emerging data and reports from those on the front line have shown that all types of violence against women and girls, particularly domestic violence, has intensified. The high rate of layoffs has resulted in the loss of income, which result in increased stress that has the potential to do domestic violence. The form of violence include physical, psychological, sexual assault, and neglect of women. With the increase in daily needs and the burden of domestic work, violence against women can reduce the fighting power of Indonesian women both physically and mentally in fighting COVID-19. The total number of cases of violence against women during the pandemic was 14,719 cases. According to total, the most violence against women is the type of physical violence, which have 5,548 cases. Then, psychological violence is 2,123 cases. And sexual assault was 4,898 cases. Meanwhile, financial abuse reached 1,528 cases. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us over to main point 2 that I deal with the question of why we must eliminate violence against women. Violence against women is women's right violation, and the immediate and long-term physical, sexual, and mental consequences for men and girls can be devastating, including death. The most important thing about this violence negatively affects women's general well-being and prevents women from fully participating in society. It impacts their families, their community, and the country at large. It has tremendous costs, from greater strain on health care to legal expenses and losses in productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the third point. It is about the ways we can help end violence against women even during the pandemic. The first is teach the next generation and learn from them. The example we set for the younger generation shape the way they think about gender, respect, and human rights. Start conversation about gender roles early on, and challenge the traditional features and characteristics assigned to men and women. Point out the stereotype that children constantly encounter, whether in the media, on the streets, or at school. And let them know that it's okay to be different. Encourage a culture of acceptance. Talk about consent, bodily autonomy, and accountability to boys and girls. And also listen to what they have to say about their experience of the world. By empowering young advocates with information and educating them about women's rights, we can build a better future for all. The second is start conversation. Violence against women is a women's rights violation that's been perpetrated for decades. It's pervasive, but it's not inevitable unless we stay silent. Show our solidarity with survivors and where you stand in the fight for women's rights. And then, last thing, you are not alone. Create a safer environment for everyone by challenging your peers to reflect on their own behavior and speaking up when someone crosses the line, or by enlisting the help of others if you don't feel safe. As always, listen to survivors and make sure they have the support they need. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to conclude my speech by speaking, women's rights are fundamental value of our societies, enshrined in human rights treaties. We need to stand up for end violence against women in this pandemic. We need to move forward on women's rights. Now, we are ready to take action for women. Finally, this is the end of my speech. I hope it will be useful to all of us. Thank you for your kind attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.